And now we have one truly, truly sensational guest in the loft. I can't leave him waiting for too long. And if you've got any questions for our incredible guest, please do pop us a message on Twitter. Tweet us at Afternoon Chat using the official hashtag Afternoon Express, or visit our Facebook page. Hello,
hey,
gorgeous.
How are you doing?
So good to see you. Have a seat.
Thank you.
Now, our cook-along guest for today went from being picked as one of, well, the sexiest men in South Africa to bagging prominent roles in international TV series and films. Anton Jeftha just returned home after 4 years of sharpening his craft in the Hollywood industry. Plus, we're going to be learning all about what he's currently working on. So good to see you again.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
So you won Sexiest Man, I think, in 2015?
Well, to correct you there, I didn't win, but I was one of the top 14 finalists.
Trust me, in my world, you won.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. And that's all that counts.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, who's a better judge at finding the sexiest men in the world than me?
There we go.
And then soon after that competition, you packed your bags and you went to LA?
Actually, I mean, there was a little bit of time between that. I think in 2015, I went to LA just to suss out the market and see what it was like out there and if I wanted to go. You know, I had to get the agent and the manager and all of that. But between Cosmo Sexiest Men and leaving, I still did commercial work, I still did international films back home, and then I finally packed up on the 2nd of Feb 2016.
Yeah. I'm so envious of you. I remember when I was doing top billing, I was traveling to LA all the time. I was between LA, New York, Cape Town, Joburg, I was all over the place. And I remember thinking at one point, I think I should move to LA. And my dad said, you know, it's a very difficult, there you're a dime a dozen, because it is such a competitive industry, it is so difficult. And a little part of me regrets not going. What was that little feeling for you of just, I'm gonna pinch it and I'm gonna go to LA and test the waters there?
I mean, I can definitely see where your dad was coming from.
Is it hard?
LA is very, very hard. You need to know what you're going there for and be laser focused from the get-go. And you can't even, there's nothing that sort of prepares you for LA. You automatically from the top, you're just thrown in the deep end and you have to survive while pursuing your dream. So I think for me it was, essentially we are all communicators. We want to display what we chose to do for a living, be it a presenter, be it on radio as an actor. So I think my impetus for going was I wanted a larger audience. And there's no larger audience than LA. You know, and I wanted to sharpen my tools.
It is the best. It's Hollywood. It's literally the land of dreams, I suppose, when it comes to our industry.
Exactly.
Has it been easy for you? Let's cut to the chase. What is it? What's been the hardest part for you?
I think for me, I want to keep it 100% real. I mean, I can come in here with PR BS and talk about.
We don't want the PR part.
You know, and it's been life-changing in many ways. It's really sort of sharpened me and it's just changed me in so many good and positive ways because I've learned to adapt and I've learned to become a better actor and a better performer and more confident in what I do. So I think essentially when I left, I was comfortable in the Cape Town market, you know, working commercially and doing an odd international job here and there. I was surviving, things were good. And when I went, I think the toughest part was sort of to have to eat that humble pie, you know, in the beginning, because then you have to do jobs that you wouldn't have otherwise done back home. So, you know,
what was the worst job you had to do?
I was packing boxes in a warehouse downtown LA. For a friend.
Not you. Is it true that your dad used to call you the Prince of Belhar?
How did you know that?
I know everything.
He did.
So no, the Prince of Belhar can't be packing boxes in a warehouse. You've got to be be with your name on lights.
But the Prince of Belhar needs to eat, so he does that, you know. So.
Yeah, but that's okay. It's honest work.
It's great. It was wonderful. And then after
you probably were packing boxes in Beverly Hills, so that's okay.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's I did that, and then after that, shortly after that, I was waiting tables on the Sunset Plaza at Chin Chin. I was working at a place called the Vanderpump Rules, which is connected to the Bravo Network, and then so serving tables, working as an executive PA to a person, to a A-lister.
But throughout all of that, you had an acting coach as well.
Yeah.
What is different? What is the difference, I suppose, between, you know, honing in on your craft there versus here, or is it very similar? And is the quality of their sets different there to here?
I think as an actor abroad, you're sort of expected to be working on yourself constantly.
Yeah.
And because it's like, LA is like the Olympics of acting. If
Yeah.
you slip or you slide or you just, someone else is working 10 times harder than you are. So you are expected to be in a weekly acting class, sharpening up your tools. So as I said, throughout working in those warehouses and throughout serving tables, I was still in acting class every week.
Exactly.
And working on myself. Yeah.
What do you think was the one thing about your acting that you upskilled a lot, where you can say, wow, I've grown in this area? And
well, I'd like to say my accent, my American accent has probably
yeah,
gone
give
a
me
little
some,
bit
give me.
better. Oh gosh, what do you
I don't know, say anything.
No, you want me to do a little monologue?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh my God.
Yeah, I do.
We both
I could
had
just
done.
watch you speak.
Yeah.
Carry on as you were.
Well, this one's from Castaway, one of my favorite films and favorite monologues.
And action.
Okay. We both had done the math, and Kelly added it all up and knew she had to let me go. I added it up and knew that I had lost her, because I was never going to see that place again. I was going to die there totally alone. I was going to get sick or get injured or something. The only choice I had, the only thing I could control, was when, where, and how that was going to happen. So.
Oh, my darling, I'm never going to let you die anywhere alone. Thank you so much for being here today. It is absolutely such a joy having you. So we've asked you at home if you've got any questions for Anton. And Candy Bronwyn-Williams asked, what have you learned while being in LA that you can bring back to Cape Town to uplift and inspire young actors and youngsters in general here?
I think in LA, you sort of, where do I face there? My advice for that would be, I think because the most ambitious people from each village flock to LA, you sort of have to form a community and more, we become a little bit more gregarious in LA because we form packs of artists and we help each other. So I would say forming your tribe, you know, and forming artists with like-minded ideas and just sticking together and helping one another and boosting each other's confidence. You know, sometimes I find locally we have a way when someone is doing well, we sort of want to cut them down a little bit. You have to validate.
That's a very South African thing, I find. But in the States,
it's very validating. If you do well, it's amazing. Everything.
And do you hang out with all the ex-South African actors there?
Whenever I can. Yeah, we'd have dinners every now and then just to connect. And,
amazing. So then Prideness Kala asked, what is his inspiration in life?
My inspiration is to, again, just getting back to communication, to, I think, set a good example. And I think as performers or anyone in the arts, we have a responsibility to be the face of community, essentially, and of people. So I come from Belhar. So whenever I'm...
Of course, Prince of Belhar.
Yeah, exactly. So whenever I'm back home, I look around me and I see so many things that need to be changed. And I feel like kids in those places need somebody to look up to be like, that guy looks like me, I can do it too. So I think that's what inspires me to a large degree, is to come back at some point and help.
Do a lot of people in Belhar look like you?
I think so.
Oh, well, good. Now we know where I'm hanging out this weekend. Join us after the break as we test out Anton's cooking skills with spiced up turkey recipe.